Gulf Cooperation Council, His Excellency Nayaf bin Falah Al Hajraf visited Pakistan on the invitation of the Foreign Minister. Besides delegation-level talks with the Foreign Minister, the Secretary General met with the Minister for Finance and Revenue and Prime Minister's Advisor for Commerce and Investment. The visit provided an opportunity to review Pak-GCC relations and foster enhanced collaboration in diverse fields with a renewed focus on trade and economic cooperation between Pakistan and the GCC countries. A strong business delegation led by the chairman of Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industries also visited Pakistan. The delegation called on the President, the Prime Minister, Foreign Minister, and other dignitaries. The visit imparted further impetus to bilateral economic relationship. Foreign Minister Qureshi inaugurated international seminar on the theme of combating corruption, a prerequisite for full enjoyment of all human rights and sustainable development, organized by the Government of Pakistan and the OIC Independent Permanent Human Rights Commission in collaboration with the UN in Islamabad on 6th and 7th of January 2022. The international seminar was attended by more than 200 international and national stakeholders. Based on its deliberations, the Islamabad Declaration on combating corruption for the full realization of all human rights and sustainable development was adopted. The seminar was part of Pakistan's persistent efforts to strengthen international framework against corruption, recovery of stolen assets, promotion and protection of all human rights, and achievement of inclusive and sustainable development. Foreign Secretary Suhail Mahmood also met with the delegation from European countries that was on a study tour to Pakistan, organized by the International Center for Migration Policy Development, to assess the opportunities for support and cooperation in the realm of migration management. A 25-member delegation of the Armed Forces Command and Staff College of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia also visited the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on 10th of January. The delegation was briefed on key aspects of Pakistan's foreign policy, including our commitment to forge deeper cooperation with Saudi Arabia. Dr. Sania Nishtar, Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Poverty Alleviation and Social Protection, and the Foreign Secretary briefed the heads of diplomatic missions in Islamabad on 10th January on the declaration on establishing a global social protection knowledge platform. The declaration is being steered by Pakistan in New York in collaboration with a group of friends on social protection. The Foreign Secretary also had a virtual meeting with Pakistan's ambassadors and consuls general and heads of camp offices in provincial capitals to review matters pertaining to the Prime Minister's Performance Delivery Unit, with a view to further enhancing efficiency and effectiveness of public service delivery and resolution of complaints. Gentlemen, on 5th January, the Kashmiris' Right to Self-Determination Day was observed. On this day, in 1949, the United Nations Commission for India and Pakistan, in its resolution, guaranteed the Kashmiri people their right to self-determination through a free and impartial plebiscite to be held under the auspices of the United Nations. In their messages marking the day, the President, the Prime Minister, and the Foreign Minister highlighted the grave human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and urged the international community to ensure accountability for these crimes against humanity and to play their role in resolving the Jammu and Kashmir dispute in accordance with the UNSC resolutions and the wishes of the Kashmiri people. Pakistan reaffirmed its steadfast support for the Kashmiris till the realization of their inalienable right to self-determination. It is reprehensible that Indian occupation forces are continuing with their killing spree in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Since the start of this year, at least 15 Kashmiris have fallen victim to extrajudicial killings in fake encounters and so-called cordon search operations. At least 210 Kashmiris were martyred in 2021. India is also shamelessly targeting journalists and human rights defenders, as you are well aware. We are also concerned and we are continuing to alert the international community about India's track record and its efforts and the real possibility that India might stage another false flag operation to complicate the situation. So we continue to alert our friends in the international community about this prospect. Pakistan calls on the international community to take immediate notice of the Indian state terrorism in IIOJK and hold India accountable for the egregious violations of human rights and international humanitarian law in IIOJK. India must allow unhindered access to international human rights and humanitarian organizations and UN special mandate holders to conduct independent investigations about the situation in IIOJK. The despicable harassment and insult of Muslim women in India through purpose-built online application has been rightly and widely condemned. This obnoxious and repugnant act is the newest low in the violent streak of hate attacks and targeting of minorities with impunity overseen by the BJP RSS extremist